everyone, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Nina, and here at this channel we talk all about mental health, personal development, and understanding our own psychology. And today we're going to be talking all about never feeling like we are enough and how to cultivate genuine self-worth. So let's go ahead and start by talking about what that really means. So we can think of self-worth as our internal sense that we are enough and that we are worthy of love and acceptance from other people. Now, this term is often confused with self-esteem, which is a very similar concept, except that self-esteem tends to rely on external factors. So depending on our successes or our achievements in our life at that given time, our self-esteem may fluctuate. But self-worth is a little bit different because self-worth is really the belief that we are lovable and valuable no matter how we are evaluating our life at the moment, no matter our successes or failures. So this means that our self-esteem could plummet to rock bottom because of something that we are going through, yet overall we could still have a positive self-perception because we have a healthy sense of self-worth. But unfortunately, this is something that many people actually struggle with greatly. They can have a very negative opinion of themselves. They can judge themselves very harshly. They can struggle to set boundaries. They can struggle to accept compliments. They can focus excessively on their mistakes or imperfections, and just have a general sense deep down that they are not as good or as valuable or as worthy as other people. We may even feel afraid to show our authentic self to other people and feel that we always want to hide behind a facade or a persona of some kind. And usually when it is genuinely our self-worth that we are struggling with, these feelings do not change, even when we are in a period of our life when we have a lot of success or achievements. The truth is, however, that every single person has intrinsic value. Every single person is worthy. Every single person has the potential to impact the world. But when we lack self-worth, we can feel insecure, we can feel unstable, and we can even feel embarrassed about who we are. And as you can imagine, this has absolutely devastating consequences on our life. So today I wanted to talk about how we can begin to heal this deep sense of unworthiness and how we can learn to cultivate a strong and healthy sense of self-worth. Now, please keep in mind that none of these things are quick fixes. However, if we do spend time and energy focusing on these areas, we will absolutely begin to see improvement. The first thing that we can do is learn to practice self-compassion and self-forgiveness. So many of us spend our entire life just replaying our past mistakes. We let these past failures define us. We start to think that we are worthless because of things that we regret or wish we had done differently. But really, every single person has things in their past that they are not proud of. It is one chapter of our story. However, we still have to write the whole rest of our book. We have to move forward, and we simply can't do that until we allow ourselves that sense of self-forgiveness and self-compassion and realize that we did the best we could at the time. Yeah, maybe we would do things differently now, but that is okay. And if you feel that you need further support in this area, I do have a video about self-compassion and another video about self-forgiveness, and I will go ahead and link those down in the description box below so you have these resources, because these are pretty big topics, and if it's something that you seem to struggle with on a regular basis, I would definitely check out those videos. The second thing that we need to do is to stop comparing ourselves to other people. We need to be constantly reminding ourselves about what does and does not matter, what should and what shouldn't determine our sense of self-worth. It is not our looks. It is not our job. It is not our social media following. It is nothing external, and it is nothing material. It is, of course, what is inside that matters. It's our own internal sense that we are good enough and worthy enough, despite what anyone else is doing, despite the accomplishments of other people. I always think about that expression, compare, despair, because it is 100% true. We need to remember to always focus on our own journey. The third thing that we need to do is to identify core beliefs about ourselves that are negative. Now, sometimes these are called our limiting beliefs, but really these are the negative stories that we tell ourselves over and over and over until we start to believe them. A lot of these even come from our childhood. A lot of our core beliefs are developed before we are 7 years old. So these could be stories like, I am not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm boring, I'm not deserving of love. All of these things are barriers to creating that healthy sense of self-worth. So we really need to sit down and to be honest with ourselves and to bring all these negative thoughts that we have about ourselves to the light. And research really shows us that up to 95% of our thoughts are unconscious. And if our unconscious thoughts are always negative, no wonder we are struggling with our self-worth. Now, a great way to start to uncover some of these limiting beliefs is to have an exercise where we think about a goal or a dream that we really want in our life, yet we have never put effort into, that we've never really tried for. And ask yourself why. Sit down and write down on a piece of paper why you think you could not have this thing, and you're going to start to see all your limiting beliefs come out. You may find that you write down that you don't think that you are capable enough, that you couldn't handle this situation, that other people are clearly better than you are and more deserving of this position, and so on and so forth. And you will see firsthand all the things that you are telling yourself that are, firstly, probably not true at all, but are holding you back in your life and really damaging your sense of self-worth. We have to understand that all these negative programs that we have running in the back of our mind 24 hours a day will continue to run our lives until we start to uncover them and start to work through them. The fourth thing that we need to do is to start to replace these limiting beliefs. We must learn to challenge our negative automatic thoughts and core beliefs about ourselves and to silence our inner critic. And the best way I have found to do this is through a process called cognitive behavioral therapy. Now, this is something that can be practiced with a therapist, and it's also something that you can learn to practice on yourself as a form of self-therapy. And this is something that I practice on a daily basis and that has changed my life entirely. And it's something I also have a full video all about. I will go ahead and link that down in the description box below so you can learn this technique if you don't know it already. But basically what cognitive behavioral therapy is learning to take these automatic thoughts and these negative core beliefs and to question them and to really pick them apart and replace them with healthy, constructive thoughts. Think about how different your life would be if instead of this negative, critical voice in your mind all the time, you had positive and helpful thoughts that helped you to move towards your dreams and your goals in your life, as opposed to making you afraid to try them. So I will go ahead and link that down again in the description box below. And lastly, we need to learn to accept ourselves unconditionally. We have to stop believing that there's something wrong with us, that we are fatally flawed, that we are somehow less than other people, because that could not be further from the truth. You have incomprehensible value. You are worthy. You are enough just as you are this very moment. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to be different than other people. We have to learn to embrace and accept our authentic self and offer that authentic self self-love and self-compassion daily. Now, if this is something that you struggle with personally, I'm going to go ahead and link down one final video in the description box below, which is a guide to truly learning to embrace and accept our authentic selves. I also want to remind you that if you feel that you need further support, that you can always enlist the help of a mental health professional who would be more than happy to help you on this journey. So that being said, I truly hope today's video was healing and helpful. And if you liked it, please like it, share it, and do become a subscriber if you aren't one already. We definitely want you to stay connected. and I hope the rest of your day is absolutely extraordinary.